Brady going to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. That's how you keep him out of the end zone. Micah Hyde with the interception.
That's the way we play. That's a great job, man.
Barkley drops back. There's pressure. He's hit. Ball high in the air. It'll be intercepted. Jamie Collins down the left side.
You're fair casting it. The little guy was never going to come down.
Hey, I got it.
Yeah, Patriots are undefeated, and next up a game at Washington. But New England doesn't know which quarterback they're going to face in Washington on Sunday. Dwayne Haskins came in for Case Keenum in the second quarter against the Giants. Haskins, though, threw 3 interceptions. Colt McCoy is reportedly available after his coming off his injury. So Jay Gruden says he hopes to make a decision on Wednesday. Let's discuss this one a little bit with DeAngelo Hall, who got the black and charcoal window pane suit memo that we put out earlier today at the network. Okay, a lot of people would say go to the first-round rookie, Dwayne Haskins. They did that in the middle of the game, though. He threw 3 interceptions. You're saying, though, that's not really fair to judge him on that performance.
Yeah, it's not fair to judge him, Scott, because normally when you're the starting quarterback, you get a week of preparation. You get to go through your game plan. You get to really feel like, hey, this is what I like to do. And the coaches tend to work with you. For Dwayne Haskins to get thrown in the middle of the game when he had just heard his coach say, hey, there's no chance he's going to be playing, I'm pretty sure he probably wasn't in the best mindset for that game. Let me take y'all into a little bit of film to show you those interceptions. So this first interception is Jeremy Sprinkle. Now, if this is Jordan Reed, I'm 100% confident this route is run the way it's supposed to be. That receiver coming flat down the line, not falling down, staying up, and Jabril Peppers doesn't get a chance to make that kind of play. Great play by Jabril Peppers, but if that's Jordan Reed, I know that doesn't happen. This is Paul Richardson. This is interception number 2. All right, that's Janoris Jenkins. They're running a double move on him. This is a good ball. This is a 50-50 ball that every receiver would tell his quarterback, throw me that ball, I can get it from that DB. Doesn't happen. Janoris Jenkins makes this play. Great play by Janoris Jenkins. I can live with that. I can walk out and say, hey, that was the right play. We just didn't catch it. And this is Vernon Davis. We're constantly teaching these quarterbacks, hey, you got to throw it before they get out their break because you don't want to give these DBs time to watch him turn around, catch the ball, and drive on it. He does what you've been coaching him to do. You throw with anticipation. Vernon Davis doesn't catch the flash, pops up in the air, tips and overthrows is what every DB loves, tips and overthrows. So that's all 3 interceptions Dwayne Haskins had that is not just people are fooling him and he's just throwing into coverage. That's just plays that I feel like, man, those receivers have to help him out as well.
I'm going to let you play the role of Jay Gruden right now. Who should it be as the starting quarterback for Washington on Sunday?
I'm going with Dwayne Haskins just because I just showed you right there. This kid is showing you he can make those throws. He can anticipate guys being open. And like I said, if I give him a week worth of preparation and I start to cater things that he likes. You heard Mason Rudolph say it after the game. Hey, coach asked me what I like to do, and I told him what I like to do, and I was successful doing it. And so Dwayne Haskins hasn't had the opportunity to do that. He's been running the scout team periods, reading the cards of the opposing offenses. Yeah. He hasn't been practicing his own offense and getting better. And so I want to put the pressure on Jay Gruden and say, hey, coach that young man up.
Who do you think he'll go with? You want Dwayne Haskins? Who do you think
he's going to be the dark horse? Colt
McCoy.
McCoy.
Colt McCoy,
Colt McCoy. He's been practicing. He knows this system. I know Jay Gruden likes him very much, and he felt like last year Colt was the guy to help win some games. Colt got hurt. I think he's finally starting to get back healthy. And yes, I would love to see Dwayne Haskins. I think it's hard to go back to Case Keenum at this point, but I think Colt McCoy is that wild card that nobody's talking about.
Okay, Jay Gruden says he wants to make the decision on Wednesday, whether he announces it to us or not. Stay tuned to NFL Total Access. Lindsay?
The Giants switched quarterbacks a couple weeks back, and that's worked out pretty well for them. Daniel Jones and company riding a 2-game wave, and now they get their most experienced receiver back from suspension. Golden Tate dropped into a mix that's already proven to be pretty successful. Sean O'Hara, what kind of wrinkle does he provide this Giants offense?
Well, Golden Tate, obviously, yards after the catch is the first thing that comes to mind. Golden Tate's not going to necessarily overpower anybody. He's not going to outjump anybody. But in this Pat Shurmur offense, that's what they're designing for. They want to get him in space. Now, you look at Golden Tate with Sterling Shepard, with Evan Ingram, they're interchangeable. You can move them all around. You can play them outside, inside. You're seeing some of the skills right here by Golden Tate, making guys miss, showing some explosive speed right there. he's a tough guy too. So I think he's going to help out in the run game. He's not scared to come in and dig out the safety, Lindsey, in the run game, crack back on a defensive end if he has to. But they're hoping that it's instant offense. I look at Evan Ingram and what he's done, Lindsey, for this offense. The last 2 games, 167 yards receiving, and 124 of that has been after the catch. So they're hoping Golden Tate can add to that along with Sterling Shepard.
I got to admit, I didn't see Gallman's game coming last week. 118 scrimmage yards and 2 scores. Is that something that we can expect from him moving forward?
I think Saquon Barkley tweeted out that he thought he was going to have a big day. I thought Wayne Gallman was very good with his decisive runs. He got north-south. He finished a couple of big runs, broke some tackles. But the big impact was in the passing game. Lindsey, I don't know how the Washington Redskins just basically didn't even honor Wayne Gallman. They said, all right, Saquon Barkley's not playing. We're not even going to cover him. Look at this soft coverage right here. This is zone coverage right here. They basically don't even cover him. I mean, Daniel Jones, this is an easy pitch and catch right there. And here's the broken tackle right here that I was talking about before. Does a great job getting the first down. This one's even worse, Lindsey. Look at this touchdown throw right here. All right, this play is not designed to go to Wayne Gallman. Daniel Jones is looking left. He's got 3 receivers, doesn't like the option, great protection. Scans all the way back to Wayne Gallman, who's saying, hey, look at me. I'm over here. I'm on the team. Throw me the football.
Literally, waving.
The Redskins don't care about me right now. Wayne Gallman, 2 touchdowns. Great stuff. I don't think the Minnesota Vikings are going to let Wayne Gallman run that open. They're a little bit better in
That's
in
real
pass
open.
defense, and they've been second-best defense in terms of yards after the catch in the NFL this year. So they're a little bit toitered.
Noted. Giants at 2-2 now. Same record as the Eagles in the NFC East. Eagles, by the way, looked for like a different squad last Thursday night.
Yes.
They ran for more yards than they passed. They ran the ball more than they passed. That run game success, was that game specific, or is that the formula for them moving forward?
I like the formula because 2 years ago, it's what got them to the Super Bowl. They led the league in runs over 10 yards, and they went back to that. Now, why? Carson Wentz, 160 yards passing. They went back to the formula because it was working so well. And I'm going to show you what worked well. Dallas Goedert came back to this offensive line. This is ride 35 wham right here, Lindsey. Dallas Goedert is going to wham this 3 technique, this defensive tackle. All right, look at this block right here. Yeah, get out of the club. And look at this running lane right here. Look at Jason Peters getting up here, Raggedy Ann and this defensive back right here. And, I mean, Miles Sanders right here, this should have been to the house right here. All right, I thought Miles Sanders was going to make that guy miss. But this is the impact that the run game has now with Dallas Goedert, they missed earlier on. But look at this combination block. This is a white picket fence right here, all right? Everybody wants the white picket fence, the big house. Well, the Eagles got it right here. Jordan Howard's got it. Look at Zach Ertz peeling back, and look at this great running lane right here. Nice crease right there. The offensive line's got a mosh pit here. The tight ends jumped in on the case right there. I like this Eagles offense. They're much more balanced when they have that 1-2 punch now with Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders. But Dallas Goedert has been huge for this offense. Now they can run that 2 tight end set that they love to run football out of.
Against this week, the New York Jets, who it looks like might not have C.J. Mosley back. That groin injury is lingering. Be interesting to see how that impacts what we just saw there from the Eagles.
A lot of green.
And there will be a lot of green. Good observation, Scott. Pat Mahomes fantasy owners were left disappointed in week 4 when the MVP didn't account for a single touchdown. But as it turns out, Mahomes' magic was on the field Sunday in Detroit. It just didn't come from Mahomes. I'll explain after this.
Away is Mason Rudolph, and he finds his man down to the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh, from 21 yards out. James Conner pulled that ball in.
Get on the mic. Get on the mic. Talk loud on the mic. Hey, got a long game.
Big rush. Throws it down the field, a man wide open, and it's pulled in by Deontay Johnson. And the Steelers are having fun playing football.
We're still working towards taking some more shots, and that's on me, and it's what I'm comfortable with, and we're still kind of moving towards that. Only week 2 of me and Randy kind of being together, so we'll continue to try to threaten teams, vertically.
AFC North football is huge. We just want to be in the mix, and right now we are.
Pittsburgh got its first win of the season last night on Monday Night Football, and the way that the AFC North is bunched up right now, the Steelers are only 1 game back, sitting at 1-3 after the first quarter here. Sean, you take a look at the middle, so you see the loss, and then last night's win. Take a look at the middle of the schedule here. Is there a possibility of a Pittsburgh run?
Yeah, I think there is, especially when you look at how well their defense has been playing. I mean, look, both the Seattle and 49ers game were close games. I think this is a tough straw right here. The Baltimore Ravens fuming mad after that loss to the Cleveland Browns. Their defense, I think, is going to be hyped up. So I think the Steelers end up getting a loss right there. I don't think they have enough offensive firepower to keep up with Lamar Jackson. But now you go on the road against the Chargers. This defense, I talked about getting after the quarterback, 13 sacks in the last 3 games.